Well, greetings everyone, blessed and hopeful rising. How are you today? So let me fix this laptop a little bit better. Yes. So what's up everyone? My name is Antoine Valere. Welcome to the Verandah Conversations. It has been a while. Yeah, life's happening. That's what's going on. So I'm here and I'll start off by reading Isaiah 60, and I'll talk about the catapult grants. So others who are interested, hopefully next year you can apply. Then I get into some poetry, some reasoning. We just have a good time. So big up everyone. Um, Thank you for supporting. If you're new to my page or my wall or whatever, my name is Antoine Valere. I'm a poet. I'm an art. I'm a spoken word artist, performer. Yeah. And the veranda conversations, as it says, I'm on my veranda having a conversation. We're having discussion. We talk on various topics. Sometimes I have guests. I mean, we do whatever we like. That's what it's about. I just want to give God thanks for life and grace. Um, I've been going through some stuff, and yeah, who haven't? But I'm here and I'm putting my best foot forward, and just giving God thanks and doing what I can while I can. So I'm just sending love and greetings and blessings to everyone who's listening or will hear this, and just more power and more love to everyone, and just share the love, the kindness, look out for each other, and that's what we can do. So I'll get into it. I will be reading Isaiah 60. It's from the NIV, Isaiah 60. And it said, the year of the Lord's favor. No, I'll be reading Isaiah 61, sorry. Yeah, Isaiah 61. The Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is on me, because the Lord has anointed me to preach good news to the poor. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim freedom for the captives, and release from darkness for the prisoners, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all who mourn and provide for those who grieve in Zion, to bestow on them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of gladness instead of mourning, instead of a spirit of despair. They will be called oaks of righteousness, a planting of the Lord for the display of his splendor. They will rebuild the ancient ruins and restore the places long devastated. They will renew the ruined cities that have been devastated for generations. Aliens will shepherd your flocks. Foreigners will work your fields and vineyards, and you will be called priests of the Lord. You will be named ministers of our God. You will feed on the wealth of nations, and in their riches you will boast. Instead of their shame, my people will receive a double portion. And instead of disgrace, they will rejoice in their inheritance, and so they will inherit a double portion in their land, and everlasting joy will be theirs. For I, the Lord, love justice. I hate robbery and iniquity. In my faithfulness, I will reward them and make an everlasting covenant with them. Their descendants will be known among the nations, and their offspring among the peoples. All who see them will acknowledge that they are a people the Lord has blessed. I delight greatly in the Lord. My soul rejoices. My soul rejoices in my God, for he has clothed me with garments of salvation and arrayed me in a robe of righteousness, as a bridegroom adorns his head like a priest, and as a bride adorns herself with her jewels. For as the soil makes the sprout come up, and a garden causes seeds to grow, so the sovereign Lord will make righteousness and praise spring up before all nations. That was Isaiah 61. This is the reading of God's holy word, and let it be a nourishment to your soul. Give God thanks. Welcome again. Thank you for being here. And I'm giving God praise, and I'm sending blessings and God grace to everyone. Despite what you're going through, despite what the world is going through, we are resilient and we have to survive. There's nothing else left than to survive and to push through. Even when I feel down, and I felt down, I felt sad, I felt distressed. I'm going through a mixture of emotions because I'm going through some stuff and I'm going through some family battles and stuff like that. But I'm still giving God praise. I'm still pushing through. And I am still, when I wake up, I still try to be positive, as well as go through all the emotions, because I'm human and human have multiple, a myriad of emotions. So if you feel sad, if you feel to cry, I do all of that. So now I'll tell about the Catapult Art Grant. You might have seen it on my wall where I was a recipient, and I'll just read some information on my phone about it, because I'm sure it will help others who can apply hopefully next year, because it's their second running. So I know they'll probably tried that the other year. And hopefully people who are interested, it's not just only for like artists and poets and stuff like that. It's a variety, because I see where them have like hairdressing and if you can style and stuff like that. So you can go and read it up for yourself. It's Catapult Arts Grant. So it's in collaboration with Kingston Creative. You can read up more on Kingston Creative as well. So let me read it. So it's Kingston Creative, Fresh Milk, and the American Friends of Jamaica introduced Catapult, a Caribbean arts grant, a group of 6 new initiatives supporting Caribbean creatives. These funding opportunities will increase the visibility of over 1,000 Caribbean-based artists, creatives, and cultural practitioners to global audience, provide much needed financial support, and develop the creative skills of our artists. Yeah. Let me read again. Catapult will increase the capacity of Caribbean-based artists to navigate the digital space and learn new ways to connect with diverse global audiences. It will also promote the visibility of selected cultural practitioners by expanding online content from the region, enabling the region's artists to engage wider audiences while contributing to the potential of earning beyond their borders. Yeah, you can go and read up more about the different sponsors. So I just gave you a synopsis. So basically, it's an arts grant, and it's to help you financially, and it's to get your work more online and into different spaces across the world. It's promotion. It's very good. You will also get to be in an online directory in the Kingston Creative, because they are coming out with something new. So in other words, if you go online and you want a poet, for example, you can just probably type in poet, and you see a list of poets come up, and you can read their bio and stuff like that. And so I think that's an excellent idea. So big up Kingston Creative, American Friends of Jamaica, Catapult team, the Fresh Milk team, all of them, big up. Thank you. So I'll just share a quick poem. It's from my, EP. So so let's take a break. Beautiful as a flower, like floral arrangements, beautiful, accordance of musical colors. The way you sway got men's eyes on the highway, dangle. Arts in awe, impulses uncontrolled, their souls lusting. They are bursting, erupting. As a woman is beautiful as a flower, soaring. She is a masterpiece of angelic creation. God is smiling as woman graced earth. Maybe out of sin we were banished from the Garden of Eden. Nonetheless, God never forsakes us. He knows you by name, by character, by instrumental beat of your body, heart, soul, and mind. Got men twisted, dropping headbound, just crazy in love. Women are such teasers. They are breathtaking, enchanting like fountain of waterfalls, dripping deliciously like fresh fruits. Women, what can I say? Just amazing and beautiful. Thank you, Antonia Valier. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So that was Beautiful as a Flower. It's taken from my book, Black Gold. Let me show you. So Black Gold, and that's the title of my EP, my poetical EP, as some people might call it. Yeah. So the book is on Amazon. The EP is on my YouTube. Yeah. So you can check out the whole thing. I just want to give God thanks um, and just do a recap of for example, I was recently on a show, Poetry in the IS. So big up Kimo Campbell. I'll share a quick video on that, of that performance. I had such a great time, and it was such a great honor. I'm really so I've been like, yeah, I haven't really been like doing much performance, and I'm getting back out, because that's what I enjoy: performance, being creative, and poetic and stuff like that. So I'm getting back out, and as I spoke about the Catapult grant, I've been really motivated by it to really get out there to inspire other people, and hopefully others will learn about it and get on their page and apply. And so I'm just going to share a quick video of when I performed Poetry in the IS. I have a next performance coming up, God willing, Friday. And then I have an interview on June the 10th. Yeah. So I'm getting back out there, guys. I'm really getting back into my creativity. Elizabeth Castillo, big up yourself. I'll also be sharing that thing that I did for you as well, getting your work out there. Elizabeth Castillo, I'm so proud of you. I've not met you in person, but known you for so many years on social media. She is a wonderful poet. She's a painter, she's an artist. As I said, I don't know what more else you can't do. Can you sing? Can you dance? Because you're so gifted, and I'm so happy for all the work that you're doing. Big up yourself. Congrats. Continue the great works. She's way out in the Philippines, so you can connect with her, guys. Let me just so big up Elizabeth Castillo. Yeah. So let me get back to sharing that quick video with Poetry in the IS. We got Kimo Campbell. Hope you guys enjoy this performance. Audience, give it up for Antonia Valerie. So blessings, everyone. My name is Antonia Valier. I know it's a very unusual name. So I try to do probably 2 quick poems. And I say big up to Kimo Campbell. Thank you for having me. And big up to the audience and who is online as well. So my first one is Majestic, and it's from my book, Black Gold. Majestic. What do you see when you stare at me? What do you believe? What is perceived? Am I valuable, beautiful, like diamonds and tanzanite? On the other hand, am I so rare like the orchids that my fragrance makes you go to the leaf? Do kings incline my beauty? Is King Solomon the great knowledge of my roots?
Is Haile Selassie, Queen of Sheba, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Bob Marley, makes you tremble? Does it resonate fair? Is my skin too black to be considered fair? Black. Is it such a disgrace that you bleach? Are you ashamed? Are you afraid to express? Show them that the fire under which you are blazing cannot and will not be tamed. Dear stagnant regime, forever, challenge, outlaw, surprise them with confidence, never bow to ignorance. Rise up, people of Zion, rise up, people of greatness. Do you not know? Royal lineage of kings and queens. Never Queen Nefertiti, Nubian, Ashanti, Zulu, Kushite. Stand majestic in the face of adversity. Pyramids in Kemet have iron man roots. Do you not know who you are? Take your throne. Wear your royal covering under God's something. Step with feet, but not with fears. Do not segregate. Uplifting should mean what? You meditate. That was majestic. My next piece is youth to have ambition. My youth, oh yes, space up. Oh, what kind of behavior this? Who you are chatting about copper shots? Want to bring tear gas feet? You are behave like you are T-Rex. Wolfgang, Dracula, claim you are going to make choker. But more man with skin cats. Let me inspire, hopeful, merciful. Me now behave like Freddy versus Jason or Grim Reaper. What it be when all of them dead? So my youth, take up your pants in your hand, change up your ways, start up better, clean up your mind, till the behavior match your tire. Stop, cheat yourself, rise up and go hard and get some certification in a plumbing or construction. Go learn a skill. If not that are your plan, then sell some fruits. Cherry, mango, guava, or some broad provision. Yam, cocoa, banana, or jelly water, the people instructor. Youth, elevate yourself, elevate your mind. Don't confine, don't imprison. And some say we hopeless, worthless. This a generation of viper. Prove them wrong. We not take bad talk. Negativity, we eliminate from the electrons to the neurons. Positive energy, we are in it for cranium. My youth, take a leaf out of what records. Running the race, must have a plan. Be the best of you, your version. Conquer nation, be the conquer planet. Till the next generation will be a force to be reckoned. Because you had ambition, made a plan, execution. No, you is an inspiration. Give thanks.
Big up Velier. Big up Velier. Oh, Velier. We won't get it wrong. Amen.
Yeah, so that was Poetry in the IS at a blast, and I just give God thanks, and I hope you enjoyed that performance. For those who are won't be familiar with my patois, so probably that second poem, some people might not understand it. Yeah, I was speaking in my native language. Yeah, so I just want to talk about mentorship and the importance of mentorship because as I observe, youths around me and in terms of even sports, you realize the importance of mentorship and development. And unfortunately, I feel like that's missing for, a lot of youths in different ways. And I've come to the understanding and the appreciation of mentorship because I have been mentored, because I've, gone into mentorship courses. For example, one of my mentors was Katie Sinclair. She's from Canada, and I've had other mentors, in different capacity, and I've learned so much in terms of because what mentorship does, is basically someone who you can relate to, someone who's an expert, someone who is probably strong spiritually, and they can guide you. And a lot of youths, we need guidance. No matter how brilliant you are, I do think I'm a brilliant person. I really do believe that from an early age I've always been brilliant. I've always seen things outside of the box. But beyond that, there are certain things that I would not have understand and would not have experienced, because they say that experience teaches wisdom. And experience, you learn from experience. That's where you get life lessons. So you could read a million books, but until you experience it, because experience is a different type of thing. It's just like me, I write poems and I write books and it's wonderful. But until I've experienced going on a stage, I can tell that there's a difference between, writing books and that joy going on stage. I can also tell the experience on being in lockdown, now going on live, on online and stuff like that. It was a different experience because I'm normally performing on a stage, seeing people in real life, and seeing their expression and everything. I had to learn how to know navigate that. Or could I bring the same energy and feeling through the screen and people could feel it? I must say I've done a good job. I'm still learning, but I didn't take long, um, to um, to manage or to master it then. So I haven't really had a bad experience in that regard. Yeah. But mentorship is definitely something that is vital to youths. And I'll speak about Jamaica because that's where I live, that's where I grew up. I can't speak about other places that I don't know, but definitely youths in Jamaica need mentorship because we need guidance and we are led astray. Unfortunately, a lot of people's minds are not properly developed to handle the stress. And people like to say, oh, there's a lot of knowledge and there's a lot of information. What people fail to understand, that the more information is there, is almost like it's not this nice, wonderful thing as people like to perceive it. It's just like Eve as a historian. When I'm doing my research, we are actually trained how to research. We are trained in terms of what we are looking for and what information we should shed. And, to know what information is credible. These are not things that people are always trained in. So you will read the article, for example, someone reads it, the normal person reads it, they read all that information, they run with it. It could be like, false information, or they have not read enough on a particular topic to kind of get a certain grasp of it. So for example, I will read something because I'm at that level to read. I will read something on a topic and I continuously reading multiple perspectives to get an idea on it. Some people just read one thing and they just leave. Um, so not everyone is at that level, and it depends on your own development. And development can be stunted for various reasons, and environment, and that discussion about nature versus nurture. It's a real thing. I don't think that you're one way. I do believe that nature and nurture have to go together because some things that you're born with and then your environment facilitate your parents, your peers, all of this is coming in together to make you the human being that you are. So mentorship, we do need more mentors, or if there's enough, probably we need programs to encourage more mentorship. I know that you have the Commonwealth Women Mentorship Program that I was a part of. I don't know if it's still going on. That was a good program. Kingston Creative is, I don't know if they have mentorship, but I know that Kingston Creative, they do have a lot of programs that can assist in your development. There's also Manifesto JA. They had music mentorship program, so that is for people who write, poets, musical people. I was also a part of that, so I know about them. And it was a good mentorship program because we were at Tough Gang Studio. If you don't know what Tough Gang is the other name for Bob Marley. So we're really at Bob Marley studio, and we were in a space where we could write undisturbed and create. I've never really been in a thing like that before. Normally I'm home and I do my writing, or I'm on the bus, but I've never actually been in a space of creatives and then I had to write. I did write a poem, Black Hysteria, that I did perform during that mentorship program. It was very good. So it was my first time doing something like that, and it was a good piece. I enjoyed myself, I must say, and big up to all the Manifesto JA graduates. Their singles are out. Maybe I'll get to play probably one of their songs, or not now, but I'll probably reach out to them. So yeah, I'm encouraging mentorship. I'm encouraging, and especially men. You know what I mean? I know we're always on. I'm not into this division. I see that there's a growing division between man, woman, and there's this war. I'm not into that. I'm into encouraging people, whether man or woman or whatever, into the development of people, humans. So a lot of youths are suffering, and we need the men, strong men, to step out there and really encourage youths and be that role model, because we have to transform the narratives. There are many narratives out there, and some they always say that the narrative that is minor, it come like it's the major or the majority, because the negative is always outweighing the positive. But everything comes down to people. So when you're on social media, you determine what you want to share, what you want to discuss. So if 90% of people, for example, in Jamaica, and when they go on social media, they are promoting positivity, they are promoting things that are happening in the country, that it's not going viral. Like, big up a young man named Javon Blake. He's from JC. That his story need to go viral, because this youth he has around like what 15 subjects. He is a 800-meter runner. He's going to go to is it Dartmouth, I believe, university in the US, to study some bio stuff. That youth is awesome. So I mean, stories are out there that people can encourage. You can promote. I mean, it doesn't take anything to just copy and paste the link and drop it on your wall on Facebook and share it, and allow people to comment and stuff like that. Like, it's there. Like, it doesn't take anything. So, and yeah, you know what I mean. So if you can share the memes and stuff like that, this is a mission that I would encourage people to go on. Share what young people are doing. There's a lot of young people across Jamaica who are doing great things. Them they in every nook and cranny, as we say. Them they all across all across the Jamaica doing great things. The information is there. Sometimes you read it in the newspaper, people just read it and say congrats, but they're not sharing it. I think we need to share the good news. We need to share these stories to encourage young people, because you know what I mean. Like, to me, apart from having a great mom, I always big her up. I do believe that people around me, and always hearing greatness about Jamaica. Like, from day one for me, I've always heard how great Jamaica is in terms of athletics, music. So I was always inspired by that. I used to hear like poetry on the radio, like DYCR and Mota Baruch and them people, is me. So me used to hear that. So I was somewhat inspired by these things, and reading a lot of books. And but not everyone have certain level of privilege and luxury. So I'm encouraging people, use your social media platform to really encourage young people. I see like Lake MC March, because I said Lake MC March. I see where his platform, and I don't know if people talk about him a lot, but I go on his platform, for example, and I see a lot of things that he, um, discuss, and programs that he's on. Ralston as well, Ralston, big up yourself. He always have some positive quotes. So people probably think I'm not taking note, but I go on a lot of different people walls, and I see what they're doing. I see the work that they're doing, and I'm also inspired. If sometimes it takes a quote and you read it, and it makes your day. Sometimes people WhatsApp you, so it's not even nothing even some extravagant beyond anything like that. Sometimes it's even seeing a youth on the street and say, hey, young man, what's up? Like, and give him a talk. Is something that I'm learning to do as well. reaching out there. And because I always see my mom doing it. This is the thing, I always see my mom. So I get this from my mom, but I always see her going, with on the street, and she's always engaging young people, always talking to them. And but I normally do it like behind the scenes, like I will talk to people on WhatsApp, Messenger, and stuff like that. And over a period of time, people always say to me, say, "Boy, you should have gone a counseling," or people have always encouraged me. You need to have do your live, because you're just always encouraging people. You always have something positive to say. You're knowledgeable on things, and I was like, I'm not too whatever, whatever, because coming on live, and it's not an easy thing. It's a lot of things to overcome, speech, stuff like that. It takes great confidence. For some people, they have it naturally. Yeah, but over a period of time, people are always encouraging me that you need to share some of the things that you're part of, and because it will help a lot of people. Sometimes I don't even remember. Like, I'll just share, someone share something with me, and I just share it on Facebook. Someone apply, and they'll be like, "Hey, I applied to this. Thanks, whatever." And I'm like, I don't even remember, because I'm like, to me, each one teach one. We are in a knowledge of sharing, and I would hope that people would share information that I can apply to. You know what I mean? And better myself. I'm also encouraging people, if you know of any jobs in Jamaica, drop the link in the comment section, because I'm sending out resumes as well as I hope other people on my page who are looking jobs, they can see it. So it's really, we're in a sharing and learning and kindness and stuff like that. I mean, it can be done. We can do it. So I'm really encouraging people to take on mentorship, and mentorship don't necessarily mean in a program per se. As I said, it can be on the street, and you see a young man or a young woman, and you see them doing something wrong. Don't be afraid to talk to them, and all about the approach as well. That's something that we are learning. You have to know to approach people, because if you approach in a condemning way, then the message is lost. You have to approach in love, kindness, and in a place of understanding. And that's not always easy. I have found that understanding is not easy, because sometimes, um, even my mom will say, "Oh, show me this." I'm sure like 5 million times, like literally. And you have to remember her age, and technology, and it take up you have, as a young person, you have to learn understanding, and you have to learn patience. And these things are not easy, patience and understanding. And that's why the world is how it is, because we're not patient with each other, we're not understanding with each other. We always seem like we're in a war, we're always in a fuss. People are always frustrated, people are always in a rush. There's no love as well. I believe all things begin from love, from a place of love. And it's something that I personally, I am still learning, what I mean? Because, and love have different types of love, but I'm talking about the basic type of love, just loving your fellow brothers and sisters, having that moment, where you got to the place, any place, I don't just go and disrespect people. You know what I mean? So I'm praying for that. I'm praying for my nation, Jamaica, that we come to a place of love, we come to a place of empathy, a place of understanding. Most importantly, I'm also praying for family togetherness, and bring back the family together, because I'm from a broken family. Right now, I'm in a legal battle, and it's because of a broken family. The situation that I'm going through right now, it's because of that. And if we were a family, like we were together, we could come to a place of understanding and hope, and we could speak to each other in love. We could also be honest about our dealings with each other. You know what I mean? So that's something that has broken down, and we are just encouraging that. So we're going to share friendship among nations. You know what I mean? So let's take a break, and you enjoy this piece. My name is Antonia Valier and I am from Jamaica, and I will be reading a collaborative poem by Elizabeth Castillo, who is from the Philippines, and Shahid Abbas, who is from Pakistan. It is titled Friendship Among Nations. The world today suffers greatly, with wars looming amid the pandemic. Let unity be our slogan. Spread love among nations. Beneath the turmoils around, we need to hold hands. Stand together on common ground. Let love flow from the heavens. Let there be no barriers, no discrimination of any kind. Be our brothers' keepers. Let harmony be in mind. Friendship among nations is what we crave for, standing together for peace. Set aside our differences. Let the guiding light reign. We are humans. It is our soil. Love, peace, and brotherhood should be our goals. There are many nations, different color, creed, and sect. We will not divide on their notion the reality we should accept. We are all guests. Let's make this world a heaven. Live together harmoniously. It's the truthful way and the best. Let's decorate it with faithfulness and loyalty. No war, no killings, no rape. Let's bring forth peace and humble sit. Give thanks. Yeah, so that was Friendship Among Nations. That was not my poem. That was written by Elizabeth Castillo and Abbas. She's from the Philippines and he's from Pakistan, and then read by Jamaican. So you see the unity, we're coming together. I've never met neither, but thank God for social media and the internet. We can do great things. So as I was speaking about mentorship and the importance of mentorship, as someone who has been mentored, I can tell you that there's great things in store, and I am encouraging people to mentor. And mentorship, as I say, is not only about just having like an organized program. It can be a case of like a domino effect. So I grew up seeing my mother, for example. She'll go on the street and she'll see young people and she talk to them and she tell them, different things. Sometimes you don't get things same time because young people stay. We see elderly person talk to you and them tell you all these wonderful things, have manners will carry through the world, all those things that they grew up with. Sometimes within that moment, some people you don't get it until later years. My mom always said, boy, certain things is when you get older you will get it. It's true. It's not I would say that certain things I did get as time progressed because my mom always tell me one bag of things. And from an early age, like even high school, I start pre certain things and start to see, like I used to look on my classmates and people make mistakes and stuff like that. I used to learn from them from an early age. I'm one of those people who love to learn. And I'm not somebody who um I mean, as you know, everybody make mistakes, but I just believe there's some mistake. I don't need to try. It's like to me, some mistakes is obvious, or the result is always the same. It will never change. I believe it's Albert Einstein who say, can I quote? I don't remember the exact quote, but basically to do the same thing over and over and get a different result is madness. So you know what I mean? So if you know, say, if the stove is on and you put your hand over the fire and it'll get burned, me don't need to put my hand over the fire because me to get burned because the result is going to be the same. Unless me have some bionic hands or something special. So, but I mean that's the normal result. But definitely Jamaica, we need more mentors. Mentorship can be that it's use of social media as well. That's how powerful social media is because, as I said, I'll go on people pages and sometimes I'm feeling down and I see somebody quote something or them have they did their live and and listen and stuff like that. So mentorship can take different forms. They have a thing called paradigm shift. I don't know if you have ever heard that term, but what paradigm shift is basically, for example, someone would ask you, um, describe a classroom or define a classroom. Most people, because we're used to a certain way, will say, "Oh, is when you go school and a classroom of four walls and a teacher and a desk and da da da." Now we have learned that there's a paradigm shift, and what that paradigm shift is that a classroom can now be a Google classroom. A classroom can now be a Zoom. You know what I mean? A classroom can even be on the street. So it's not confined to what we know, but it is now a shift in terms of what can be. So right now, even what I'm doing can be considered a classroom to some people because it's me sharing something that I've learned and people listening on the other end. So so mentorship is not just the way that we know it to be. That you have to be in a mentorship program. Mentorship can be somebody on the street, you see them and you talk to them. It can be that you're having programs like this. It can be that you're in Messenger, whatever, it take various form. It can be WhatsApp. You know what I mean? So utilize all the platforms that are available to make a change. And as I say, that share show as I'm getting a tongue twister. I'm talking too fast. So brain and mouth not moving along. I'm saying that, you know, utilize the platform that you have to encourage young people. We know, yeah, people always say young people are no manners, this generation of vipers. Don't use that to judge all of us. There are some of us that, and even the bad ones, it's because of their environment why some of them is the way they really don't know any better. And so if people can really take the time to show them love, understanding, empathy, and show them the right way, they will still have to come to that forum to know say them have to do the right thing. You know what I mean? Them always say you can't carry is it oh God, what is saying go? I don't remember what it's saying go. Guys, you can drop it in the comment section. That saying that says you can't carry water. I don't remember what it's saying, go. But it's in my brain. You get the saying about the water. You can't carry camel go water or something. But basically, you can share knowledge with people, but at the end of the day, them have to reach a level where them acknowledge. But we as a nation, and I'm talking about Jamaica, you can take for the world as well, but as I say, I'm a Jamaican, so I'm going to speak on Jamaica. We as a nation have to reach a place where we start to encourage young people. We start to share young people are doing well because I read every day in newspaper where young people are doing well, and most of the times I don't see it shared on social. I mean, it's shared, but it's not shared to go viral. So as I spoke about this young man named Javon Blake from JC, who, as you know, is also a student athlete and is very brilliant. I'm expecting his story to go viral, even with the T and the Tina Clayton story. I'm expecting, and I mean, so these are stories that I would encourage people to promote, show, people like to share the memes, we like to share the mix up. Everybody knows Rihanna pregnant and everybody a follow her up. Nothing's wrong with that. I'm just saying this is the same platform you can take a moment to share, share good stuff. People I appreciate all people who always share my work, so big up to them. So yeah, we have to transform and change the narrative in Jamaica. We have a platform. For those who have platforms, utilize it. If you know that you can speak to a young person in your community, do that. If you know you're a carpenter, you just make a flyer, put it out there and say, who want to learn? If them come, them come. If them don't come, them don't come. But does not say you do your thing, because even oral traditions, it's fading. There's so many people who are gifted in different areas, and then they hear them dead, and things were not passed down. A lot of things that I know because of what I've seen or what I've been around, or what I mean. Like, for example, my mother, she never really come and say, oh, cut the yam or do this. She just one day just call me in the kitchen and she's just doing, and I'm just watching her. And that started probably when I was probably 11, 12. What I mean? And she just one day tell myself to go around in the kitchen to cook and do that. And I just do it. What I mean? It's not like I was properly trained in that sense. So that's how things go. So, give God thanks. We take a break and go to a poem.
Confronting biases. How can I be a voice of the people or for the people when I am not fully in support of the people? If I cannot relate to the street vendor that gets up early as 3 a.m. bustling to get their produce packed and loaded on the country bus to reach town to sell. If I cannot relate to the man who is pushing his hand cart to carry loaded produce, swinging like a mad ant, almost running everyone over, or the woman selling porridge and soup, every little bit of something. If I cannot relate to the man, Mr. Chin or Mr. Zan, and I assume their levity, personality, reality, then how can I write for the people? How can I advocate for the people? How can I understand their plight? How can I join in the fight? How will I know what's right? How can I stand for the people when the system treats them rotten and they riot? Then we class them as ghetto. How can I speak for the people when they accept and become like the system, play the game and get caught in web? How can I stand with the people when the root cause begins with us, homes, history, slavery, culture, government and governments? How can I stand when we are divided by constituencies, nuances, language, status and class? How can I stand if I do not understand my own privilege in my space and with spaces that exist? How can we coexist in this ecosystem if I do not confront my own biases? Give thanks. Antonia Valère.
So that was confronting biases. That encompasses, our discussion here. And if you're liking my discussion, and if you're liking my poetry, you can support my page. You can, comment, share it, and just, help to promote my stuff. And not just my stuff. I haven't really played other people's stuff, but you guys can email me your works, your business. If you want to be interviewed, you can definitely email me. It's antanavalera@gmail.com. So I am open to people if you want to be interviewed, if you want to showcase your work, you want to showcase your business, if you want to discuss. I mean, the space is here. So yeah. So that was our discussion about mentorship. I just want to pick up everybody. And I know a lot of people who follow sports, so a lot of things happening in sports. Big up, Tottenham Hotspur's son. Like, that guy is like very underrated. He's always performing, and congrats to him. City did well. People talking about Kylian Mbappe, world situation with that. reggae girls and stuff like that, like so many things going on. I would also say that people like to say that sports is a form of distraction. I do agree. For example, World Cup, it is a distraction because most time, when we're all enjoying the moment, politicians doing what they're doing. But think about it. Politicians always doing what they're doing. You don't need sports to distract you because it's not like we're one-sided. So if you can watch sports and still be aware of what's going on in your country, because I mean it's there. It's not like it's really that hidden. And to me, sports has come timely because a lot of people are depressed and sad. And the point that people could, have hopes and watch, football and stuff like that. Like for a lot of people, that is keeping them sane. You know what I mean? Not everybody can have some business or some gift or whatever. What I've been doing is, I've been on online church. I read my Bible, I write. I'm currently in a course, so that is have been keeping me grounded. I am writing, I'm also performing. I watch a lot of movies, I do a lot of reading, stuff like that. Life goes on. And I'm also going through stress. I mean, so people might see me here and they might see me look fresh. Me talking about God, talking about giving God thanks, and you might see couple things on my page. I want this or do this or do that, and people like, oh, she must be alright. Things must be nice with her. No, 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 it's not. It's just that I am going through all the emotions of crying, being sad, being angry, but I'm still pushing, I'm still going, I'm still, pushing on same way because the option is either to become depressed, push on, or commit suicide. Like those are to me like the three options. Some people have committed suicide, and that always brings some big discussion on whether the person was selfish or whatever, whatever, whatever. But really and truly, I think life is hard. And life has always been hard, but there are some things, internal battles that people face. And it's not always, because the mind is one of the most powerful tools. And they always say that if the devil get to control your mind, you know what I mean, it's like the end of you. My mother always saying you can lose an arm and still survive, but she has never seen a headless person. You know what I mean? You can't survive without your head. You know what I mean? And your brain is always working. So even when you're asleep, your brain don't shut down. Your brain continuously work. So that's it. So your mind is something that you have to protect, and it's always under attack. Whether people believe in, the spiritual, but your mind is always under attack. And it's all about perspective. So things will come your way, and it's not that things go away or whatever, but with time it's how you view it. So immediately something will happen now, and you go through the emotion of what it trigger. So whether it's a case of you being angry, trigger it, but probably over a period of time you start makes it differently and you start to control it and manage it better, or you still stay in a state of depression, which it always end badly. you know I don't know if people, maybe people learn through it, but I mean a state of depression always end badly in my opinion. But that's what's going on. Like I said, I can't really discuss it much until a time. But don't be fooled. I'm not one of those people who come on social media and pretend like all is well. I know a lot of people like to post up like all is well, like them life perfect. No, that's not me. You know what I mean? I just give it raw as how it is. If I want to share certain things, I share. But I am going to still try to speak positive, because when I speak positive, it's not just for who is listening. It's also for myself. I'm trying to reinforce. I'm trying to bring up myself. I'm trying to encourage myself to be positive and think positive and just continue pushing on and giving my best foot forward no matter what I'm going through. I'll share one more poem because I'm bigging up the sponsors for the Catapult grant. As I say, you can do your own research. So this is for them. Big up.
Beautiful as a flower, like floral arrangements, beautiful, accordance of musical colors. The way you sway got men eyes on the highway, dangle, arts in awe, impulses uncontrolled, their souls lusting. They are bursting, erupting. As a woman is beautiful as a flower, soaring, she is a masterpiece of angelic creation. God is smiling as woman graced earth. Maybe out of sin we were banished from the Garden of Eden. Nonetheless, God never forsakes us. He knows you by name, by character, by instrumental beat of your body, heart, soul, and mind. Got men twisted, dropping headbound, just crazy in love. Women are such teasers. They are breathtaking, enchanting like fountain of waterfalls, dripping deliciously like fresh fruits. Women, what can I say? Just amazing and beautiful. Thank you, Antonia Valer.
Yeah, so we're going to end it here. I just want to tell everyone thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting. I appreciate you. Big shout out to everyone that's listening and watching. And I hope you're enjoying my program. I hope you enjoy my wall. Check it out. See what's there for you. And, apply to the different grants and, the opportunities, take them on. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for everyone who have messaged me, prayed for me, reach out to make sure that I'm okay. I'm sending all that love back to you and all that grace and all that blessings because we have to remain steadfast through this pandemic and beyond because when it has ended, a lot of people will need therapy and healing and prayer because it's whoa, I've never gone through something like this, to be honest. I even lost a lecturer and I never met him in person. So it's just even this weird thing. The point that I spent 4 months of learning with him online, then he died. It's almost like it's unexplainable to lose someone that was teaching you online, but you have never met them in person. I've never been in a classroom with him, and he just died. And so it left a very weird feeling because I never touched his hand. I speak to him on phone, but I never actually spoke to him in person. And so to me, after this, it's gonna be like a weird thing, to be honest. You know what I mean? And I felt really down. And we still had to do exams and life had to still go on. A lot of people move on, unfortunately. But that's life. And people are dropping like flies. With this COVID thing. And on top of that, there's different variants coming on. And right now, I know they're talking about monkeypox, but right now there's actual chickenpox in Jamaica. I haven't really heard anybody talk about it, but I hear that it's going around. So be careful, guys. Continue to be practice, social distancing. Still wear a mask, wash your hands regularly, do what is necessary to protect yourself and your family. If everybody do the right thing, then we can have a better chance. So I try to do what is necessary. So I'm gonna try to go too much. Like if I'm not reason to really go, I just do what is necessary. I wear my mask, but I don't. I sometimes when I wear my mask, I try to take breathing, like take some moments, because you're not really accustomed to be wearing masks for that long hours. Breathing back your carbon dioxide. So yeah, I try to do stuff like that to protect my health because I don't want a case where when this pandemic done and after wearing masks so long, then you go to the doctor and find out there's something wrong with your lungs. You have to do what's necessary. Do your own research and eat up your strong food, your medicine, take your like I still drink a lot of bush. Me I was a drink bush tea long before this. To be honest, there hasn't been much change in me per se because my things I've already been doing. Like I already was taking my bush medicine and trying to eat healthy food. The only thing that I'll try to do now is try to do some exercise. I need some exercise. But anyways, guys, be safe. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting. Just want to big up everybody, love and respect. I try to share one more poem, then I go. Right? I just love and support we are share. Let me see. Should I share? Let me share Majestic. Everybody always want.
What do you see when you stare at me? What do you believe? What is perceived? Am I valuable, beautiful, like diamonds and tanzanite? On the other hand, am I so rare like the orchids that my fragrance make you bow to the knees? Do kings incline my beauty? Am I an empress like Queen Esther? Is King Solomon the great knowledge of my roots? Is Haile Selassie Queen of Sheba, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Bob Marley? Makes you tremble? Does it resonate fair? Is my skin too black to be considered fair? Black, is it such a disgrace that I bleach? Are you ashamed? Are you afraid to express? Show them that the fire under which you are blazing cannot and will not be tamed. Your stagnant regime forever challenge. Oh Lord, surprise them with confidence. Never will bow to ignorance. Rise up, people of Zion. Rise up, people of greatness. Do you not know royal lineage of kings and queens? Queen Nefertiti, Nubian, Ashanti, Zulu, Kushites. Stand majestic in the face of adversity. Pyramids in Kemet of iron roots. Do you not know who you are? Take your throne, wear your royal covering under God's suffering. Step with faith, but not with hate. Do not segregate. Uplifting should be in what you meditate. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was Majestic. And I say, have a safe journey and blessings and big up. And next time we talk again, so big up.